Thank you for being here. We are here to respond to the PMC today that all college should be free. The government team would have you believe that free college for everyone is going to be a good financial investment, but the opposition will prove that's not true. Case, accept the definitions of the Prime Minister and the terms of the debate. They say that paying for college leaves people to have lifelong debt and economic inequality. We say that lifelong debt and economic inequality results as much from the poor choices of students as having to pay for college, because a lot of students actually waste money when going to college. According to Student Research Group, 80% of students switch their major once, and 10% of students switch more than once, and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences state that 30% of students complete 7 years of schooling without a bachelor's degree. This means that students are taking on more debt because of their indecisiveness. This is not the fault of the government or the taxpayers, and they should not have to shoulder the burden. It is simply not sustainable for colleges to provide free education without any limitations. They say that having to pay for college leads to a loss of potential and wasted talent when gifted students do not go to college. We say that free college is not the solution, nor will even solve this problem because there are many opportunities for gifted students to obtain scholarships and funding for school. This means that gifted students who are motivated already have the opportunity to go to college for free, and the problem with losing talent lies in student motivation. This is not something that can be fixed with free college. They say that the US is falling behind, and that making education free will help us maintain a competitive edge. We say that the US has already fallen behind because of more reasons than not having free college. According to California Assessment of Student Performance and Progress, only 57% of students are proficient in English, and 30% of students are proficient in math on their 11th grade assessments. This means that students are already poorly educated and unprepared before they enter college. We also say that the US is falling behind because there is not enough incentive for companies to hire highly skilled workers from the US. These jobs are being given to immigrants, which means that the companies have to pay them less. According to Statista, 6 in 10 H-1B visa recipients work in tech jobs. Counterplan, we believe that free college is justified in some cases, but not as a blanket fix. Under the current situation with Pell Grants and Cal Grants, community college is already free in California to most students. Therefore, we propose that no changes be made to community colleges in California or other states that already provide free community college. Instead, colleges should provide information on how to access these benefits as part of the college application and admission process. For states that do not have grants similar to Cal Grant, they should be implemented. We agree with the affirmative that we should help students to limit debt and prevent greater income equality. But much of this issue comes from students changing majors and not completing degrees in a timely manner. Our plan would make it mandatory that students attend community college prior to university. When a student moves to a university, their major would be locked in with no option to change without losing free college benefits, and free college would be limited to 2 years. We agree that the US is falling behind, both educationally and economically. In order to prevent this, states should have a higher accountability for high school students' education, and it should be mandatory that they address any issues with this by hiring more teachers or providing tutoring. Companies should also have the incentive to hire skilled workers from the US rather than immigrants, and that is where we would get some of the financing for our plan. We would implement a program that requires companies to finance the education for students going into highly skilled fields. This would be on a one-to-one basis for companies that have less than 50% of foreign employees in skilled jobs, and companies with more than 50% of foreign employees would pay for the education of 2 domestic students. We agree with the affirmative that a tax increase could be added to the top 1% to help supplement this plan. However, according to the US Joint Economic Committee, the national debt was over $38 trillion as of November of 2025 and was increasing by almost $6 billion a day, We simply don't have any more room in the budget to redirect funds from anywhere. If anything, we should be cutting funding instead of redirecting or adding more. By making companies use more responsible hiring practices, it will provide an easy way to find funding for free college. Any unused funds can be invested for use by students in the future, which will make the plan sustainable for the long run. If you want to save money on national debt while providing free college to those that will actually earn it and benefit from it, you will vote for the opposition. Thank you.